All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are going to completely tear down one of the biggest myths about money, something we've all been told is the key to success. And then we're going to replace it with a real, powerful guide to building lasting wealth. You know the old advice, right? Work hard, save your money, stick it in a bank account, and just watch it grow. But here's the hard truth, especially in today's world. That's not just outdated advice, it's a guaranteed way to lose. So let's look at the two paths you can take. On one side, you've got your standard bank savings. Thanks to inflation, the money you have sitting there is actually losing its buying power every single day. The interest it earns, it just can't keep up. But on the other side, you have real assets. These are things designed to fight inflation, to actually grow in value, and to build the kind of wealth you can pass down through generations. But before you can even think about changing your bank account, you have to change your mind. It all starts with what's going on inside your head, making the switch from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. And there's this incredible story that illustrates this perfectly. It's about a beggar, someone who spent every single day just asking for money, completely convinced that he had absolutely nothing of value to offer anyone. Then one day, a businessman comes along and hits him with this line, and wow. It just flips his entire world upside down. It reframes everything. It's not about charity anymore. It's about an exchange of value. And that forced him to ask himself, what value do I have? So what did he do? He started offering a simple flower for every coin he received. And that's when the light bulb went off. People weren't just giving him money out of pity. No, they were paying him for something. In that moment, he stopped being a beggar and became a businessman. He was providing value. And that tiny shift in perspective changed everything. Okay, so once you've made that mental shift to providing value, you need a way to build that value. You need a habit. And that's where the 5 a.m. Club comes in. It's a simple framework for building the life you want while pretty much everyone else is still hitting the snooze button. It's a really powerful 2-hour block. The first hour, from 5 to 6 a.m., that's all about building your skills, learning a new language, mastering a trade, diving into accounting, anything that makes you more valuable. The second hour is for you. Half an hour of exercise to get your body moving, and half an hour to read, reflect, and plan your day. And what does that add up to? 730. That's how many extra hours of self-development you get every year using this system. Let that sink in. That's the equivalent of 3 extra months of a full-time job just dedicated to improving yourself. It's a massive, almost unfair advantage. All right, your mindset is right, your habits are locked in. Now it's finally time to build your financial fortress. And that means taking your money out of places where it's shrinking and putting it into assets that are actually designed to grow. And here are the building blocks. We're talking about things that are scarce, things that are in demand. You've got your classic precious metals like gold and silver, industrial commodities like copper that literally build the world around us, real estate that generates income, solid value stocks that pay you dividends just for owning them, and even super safe things like U.S. Treasury bonds. I mean, just take gold as an example. It tells the whole story. Back in the day, an ounce was a few $100. Today, it's over $2,000. And look at that forecast. While the dollar in your bank account has been quietly losing its punch, the value of this real asset has been doing the exact opposite. Now, here's the best part. You don't have to be some Wall Street tycoon to do this anymore. You can get a piece of the action with things like ETFs, which let you buy a whole basket of gold or value stocks in one go. Or REITs, which are like owning a tiny slice of a huge real estate portfolio. You can get started with as little as $100. So, you've got the mindset, you've got the habits, and you started building your fortress of assets. The final and maybe most important step is to make sure that wealth lasts forever. And this is the secret sauce. It's how you create what we call legacy wealth. It's called the 5% rule, and the idea is just beautifully simple. You invest your money, your capital, and you only ever live off the returns it generates. You never, ever touch the original pile of cash. The best way to visualize this is to think of your main investment as a money tree. If you take care of that tree, it's going to produce fruit every single year in the form of investment returns. You can eat all the fruit you want, live off it, enjoy it, but the number one rule is you never cut down the tree. So let's put some numbers on this. Say your money tree is worth $1 million. If it's invested to generate a pretty conservative 5% return each year, that tree produces $50,000 worth of fruit for you to live on. And the craziest part? It produces that 50 grand next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, all while that $1 million tree is still standing. This, right here, this is the exact playbook the wealthy use to create dynasties. They put that money tree into a special legal structure, like a trust. This makes sure that their kids and their kids' kids can all enjoy the fruit, but it legally stops any of them from ever being able to cut down the tree. So, there you have it. The entire path is laid out, from changing your mindset, to building new habits, to architecting a financial fortress that can last for generations. The tools are there, the strategy is clear, but it all starts with a decision. It starts with that alarm clock going off. Your future self is waiting. The only question is, will you show up?